Ever notice how much of adult life feels like a secret play where everyone got the script but you, someone asks, "How are you?" And your mouth says, "Good, you," before your brain even processes the question. We're all just constantly performing these little social ballets. Today, we're diving into the biggest ones, the lies so obvious we all just play along. Let's get right into it. Number 5, the terms and conditions. Ah yes, the longest work of fiction ever written and one that is read more often than any bestseller. You've just downloaded a new app or you're signing up for a service and there it is. A hyperlink to a 40,000-word document written in a language that only vaguely resembles English. It's Legalese, a dialect designed to be so soul-crushingly boring that it functions as a cognitive invisibility cloak. Your brain, presented with this wall of text, does a quick calculation. On one side, there's the remote, infinitesimal chance that Clause 28, subsection B, paragraph 4, states that the company now owns your kneecaps. On the other side is the immediate, tangible reward of getting to use the thing you just downloaded. It's not even a contest. The human brain is fundamentally lazy. It's called cognitive ease. We are hardwired to take the path of least resistance, and reading a document that could double as a law school textbook is the mental equivalent of climbing a mountain made of sandpaper. So you scroll, you perform the illusion of consideration. You give it that one decisive flick of the thumb that sends the text flying past at a speed that would make an auctioneer dizzy. It's a ritual. A respectful nod to the lawyers who spent months crafting this masterpiece of unreadability, then you tick the box. I have read and agree. It's perhaps the most common, universally accepted lie on the planet. We are all co-conspirators in a grand, silent agreement to not hold up the line. We're basically telling the company, look, I trust you're not a comic book supervillain and you trust that I'm too busy to care if you are. Deal. Number 4 is I'm fine. These two words are the Swiss Army knife of emotional deflection. They can mean anything from I am genuinely, peacefully, and contentedly fine, to my internal world is a raging tire fire, but I see you're holding a hot coffee and I don't want to make this weird. It's less of a statement about your well-being and more of a social password. It's the verbal equivalent of a green traffic light signaling to the other person, you may proceed with the conversation without having to engage your empathy engine. When your coworker passes you in the hallway and chirps, "How's it going?" they aren't actually strapping in for a detailed account of your morning's existential crisis. They are performing a social ritual known as a phatic expression. It's communication meant to serve a social function rather than convey information. Think of it like two dogs sniffing each other. It's a quick check to make sure the channel of communication is open and everything is status quo. Responding with a raw, unfiltered truth like, "Well, Brenda, I'm emotionally exhausted, my car is making a sound like a dying goose, and I'm pretty sure I'm allergic to my own ambition," would shatter the unspoken social contract. You'd be a glitch in the matrix, so we say I'm fine you. The you is crucial. It's the return volley, a polite way of saying I have successfully navigated your social query. Now please accept this conversational hot potato and let us both move on with our lives. It's not a lie, it's a lubricant for the clunky gears of daily interaction. Number 3 is your call is important to us. You know the scene. You've navigated a phone tree that felt like a logic puzzle designed by a mischievous wizard. You've mashed the 0 key until your thumb is sore, and finally, you're placed into the purgatory of the hold queue. And then a smooth, disembodied voice cuts through the terrible synthesized jazz to deliver the biggest, most beautiful lie in corporate history. Your call is very important to us. Please stay on the line. Let's be clear, at that moment your call is not important to them. What's important to them is efficiency, call time metrics, and not having to hire enough staff to answer the phone immediately. If your call were truly as important as, say, their quarterly earnings report, a SWAT team of customer service agents would have rappelled through your window the second you dialed. But we accept the lie. Why? Because it's a necessary social fiction, it's a verbal pat on the head. This phrase is a masterpiece of de-escalation. The company knows you're simmering with rage, picturing their entire office as a giant field of daisies you can run through with a lawnmower. Saying your call is important is their way of acknowledging your humanity without actually having to, spend more money on it. It's an empty vessel into which we pour our desperate hope for resolution. It's better than the cold, hard truth, which would be a recording that says, "We have received your complaint. It has been placed in a queue behind 73 other complaints, 3 of which involve actual fires. Your estimated wait time is until the sun becomes a red giant. Thank you." The lie is a buffer, a comforting illusion that we are not just screaming into a void powered by spreadsheets and apathy. Number 2, we should hang out sometime. You're in the cereal aisle when you see them, a friend from college you haven't spoken to in 4 years, you brace for impact, you do the speedrun catch-up. Jobs, relationships, that one weird professor you both had, it's pleasant. But then the conversation naturally runs out of fuel. An awkward silence begins to descend. One of you has to deploy the escape hatch, and it always comes in the same 5-word package. We should hang out sometime. This phrase is not a plan. It is the ghost of a plan. It is a social smokescreen that allows two people to gracefully exit an interaction while reaffirming their mutual, low-level affection for one another. The key ingredients are the words should and sometime. Should implies a moral or social obligation that you have no real intention of fulfilling, and sometime is a mythical point in the space-time continuum that exists between next Tuesday and the heat death of the universe. No one ever follows up on sometime. Pulling out your phone and saying, "Great, are you free next Thursday?" is a violation of the unspoken rules. It's like responding to "What's up?" with a detailed 10-minute inventory of every object currently above you. The correct response is an equally vague and enthusiastic, "Yeah, totally, for sure, I'll hit you up." You both know it's a lie. It's a beautiful, intricate dance of mutual deception. You're not planning a future coffee date, you're signing each other's social yearbooks. You're saying, "I acknowledge and appreciate the role you once played in my life, and I wish you well as we now continue to move in opposite directions." It's a way to close a conversation loop without closing a social door. And finally, number 1, the glorious lie of being busy. In the 21st century, the question "how are you" has been almost completely replaced by a new social script: "How's life? Busy." And the only acceptable answer, the one that proves you are a functioning and valuable member of society, is some variation of "oh yeah, so busy, just slammed, it's crazy." To be busy is to be important. To be busy is to be in demand. Being busy has become a badge of honor, a competitive sport where the winner is the one with the least amount of free time and the most dramatic sigh. But here's the secret we all know but never say out loud. A huge portion of this busyness is a complete fabrication. It's performative. It's the art of looking swamped. It's having 10 tabs open on your browser to research something, but 8 of them are just different reviews for the same air fryer. It's answering an email the second it arrives to prove your hypervigilance. It's filling your calendar with meetings that have no clear agenda, just to make the blocks look colorful and important. This is a cultural phenomenon. We've collectively decided that productivity looks like frantic activity, not quiet, focused thought. A person sitting quietly at their desk, staring at the ceiling and thinking, looks like a slacker. But a person furiously typing, clicking between windows, and answering the phone while simultaneously making a sandwich, now that's a go-getter. The lie isn't that we don't have things to do. The lie is that all of this motion equals progress. We are caught in a feedback loop where we must look busy to justify our jobs, and our jobs demand we look busy to justify their existence. We are all just participating in a massive, unspoken agreement to look stressed, because the alternative, admitting you have your workload under control and could probably leave an hour early, is terrifying. It's the ultimate social performance, where the goal is to look like you're drowning just so no one asks you to carry something else. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.